My digital story is about the segregation in the cafeteria of my high school. When I started high school my freshman year, there was one particular thing that I noticed about the cafeteria. It was segregated to a degree. The majority of students attending my high school were Caucasian, and there were very few minorities. At lunch, there were a few tables that only people of color would sit at, and everyone else at the other tables were Caucasian. This persisted my freshman and sophomore years of high school. I noticed a major change in this my junior year when A, B, and C lunches were eliminated and we all ate at one lunch period and could eat anywhere in the school. I noticed that this made people accept others into their social groups. My junior and senior years of high school involved people of different ethnicities being more interactive with each other. The Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of segregation is it's the practice or policy of keeping people of different races, religions, etc. separate from each other. Some psychological reasoning behind racism is that 1. People tend to gravitate towards people that are like themselves, and 2. It is a tool to boost self-esteem. The segregation in my high school was a social behavior in the cafeteria. There was not a written rule regarding where other students sat. This was all done by choice. How would this differ in a more racially and culturally diverse school? This habit can get passed on pretty much in a social aspect by people just wanting to belong to a group of people and mimicking what is considered to be acceptable social behavior. Segregation once was enforced by law, and it was made to separate white people and African American people. It was a part of everyday life. It was a part of racist culture. It has now been brought to light that separate but equal was not equal in reality. This take on segregation has died out in the U.S. It is neither acceptable nor legal to provide separate amenities and services that typically differ in quality to separate based on someone's appearance. By maintaining segregation, cultural diffusion is prevented and we limit our knowledge of other cultural practices. Every culture has different values and different routines of daily life. These routines can vary by the food prepared to the way loved ones are greeted, as well as many other ways that can be learned by taking an interest in a different culture, and even interacting with the people who practice it. Some questions I have are, how do these values get passed on? How has segregation changed? Would you consider segregation a social behavior? And how does this affect people culturally and socially? And how does being with a group of people that are similar to you affect you in both a positive or negative way? And what's the value of being with people who are different?